Hey y'all, and welcome to Stivers Homestead. I'm Zach, and we all know that this chicken shortage, bird flu, egg prices, all that stuff has been absolutely insane. So Jen and I are taking this opportunity to, one, get more chickens, but two, use this as a learning situation for our daughter. Our daughter wants to raise her own chickens, even though we got a bunch. We need some younger flock to basically replace some of the older flock because they're starting to slow down. So we have 19 chicks in our house that are now ready to be moved outside. If you caught our previous videos, you knew that this old corn crib that's on our property is going to be our new chicken coop for those chicks. So a few things need to be done to it still before we can move them out. Let me show you. First off, we got a little cleanup to do. But secondly, if you notice right there and right there, those gaps are a little big, so we need to fix those. And then along the side here, this bottom gap specifically is too wide and these little chicks can get to it. So even though they're big, that hole's small enough for them to get out, and we definitely want them to stay in this coop. Because if you're new to chickens, this is a very, very important piece. Remember this, when you move your chickens from their brooder to their coop, you need to keep them cooped up in that coop for a minimum, at least 2 weeks. 2 weeks straight before you let them out, and this is why. Chickens don't have a great brain. It's not a very big brain, but it is a memory brain. They do things from memory and what they know. And so with that, when you have those chicks in there for 2 weeks, they now know that's home. I'm going to go to sleep in that coop because that's where I've been sleeping for the past 2 weeks. That's gonna make sure that when you let them out, when you come back up when the sun's setting, they're all exactly where they need to be. And I know that we have a lot of new chicken owners right now across the world because Tractor Supply, Roll King, Hatcheries, everybody's completely sold out. So I know that's a lot of people getting some that are like us that already have chickens, but a lot of new chicken people. So this video is gonna help you see how a coop will be designed and also basic maintenance on what you need to do for your new chicken. So for this gap, I had bought some hardware cloth, but I only have 20 foot and this thing's a lot bigger than 20 foot. But I do have these old fence boards that were used for our fencing that are really long and will completely cover up this hole. So I think that's what we're gonna do instead of the chicken or the hardware cloth. And while we're at it, why hardware cloth over chicken wire? First off, see the size of those squares? They're very, very small. Where chicken wire is more of like an octagon size, that hole, believe it or not, is big enough for a little hand to get in there and grab. So I'm talking wild cats, I'm talking raccoons, I'm talking weasels, I'm talking possums. They can get that hand in there and they can get to your chicks. Also, hardware cloth is a lot more sturdy. So it's gonna be a lot harder. Actually, I'm going to tell you that nothing like that should be able to break the hardware cloth. Unlike chicken wire, if they start gnawing on that thing good enough, they can get through it. So hardware cloth may be a little bit pricier than chicken wire, just a little bit, but I promise you it's worth it. It ain't like these chicks that we just got were cheap either, right? So let's make sure that they stay protected because they're under our supervision and we paid for them, so we don't want them to die to predators. So let's start by getting this board up there and see what we look like. Actually worked out really nice. I like that there. Okay, so I've gotten this whole front section with hardware cloth on it since it was short. I got it all the way up to here, and I just put it in with staples. On the inside, we had a little hole right here, so I put this board here to protect that. And then I've gotten this board here all the way down the bottom, and so all I got to do is the last corner and the other last corner, because I put a board back here too. So I'm going to run chicken wire from here around, and then on the same on that side, but I got to clear out some of this stuff. Okay, the whole outside is now done with all the hardware cloth. We got the boards on the other side. Now it's time to be inside. So we're gonna cover up a few of these holes. I've got some tobacco sticks that I'm gonna put up for some roost. And then we're gonna put some hay down. And then all I have to do is stairs, but we can go ahead and start getting the chickens in. And there's the little girl this is all for. You gonna take care of all these chickens?
Yes.
Yes, but it's about time to bring them out here. Keep going. All the way.
All the way till this like board is down?
Yep. Perfect. All right, well, while it's finishing up those boards, I've gotten some roosts in. They're pretty small, so I did 2 real low. We got one a little higher, and then these. But once they get older, we'll probably just unscrew them and move them up a little bit, and they can use these as ladders. But they want to be off the ground, so make sure that you have roosts. That's what these are called. To make sure that your chickens, when they sleep, they're up off the ground. That makes them feel more safe. All right, start spreading it out. All right, hay is in. Nice bedding down. They'll love scratching through that. They'll have a ball with it. So yeah, we gotta get their feeders, the waters. We're basically good to go. All right, Ranley, go up my makeshift ramp there for you. So show everybody how it works. Gets her in.
Please don't find me.
Yay. All right, so he's gonna hang up this water thing with a clip, and that'll be nice and removable so we can, or she can fill it up and empty it and clean it. And then we gotta get the feeder in.
So this thing has a little pull string.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Just pull it up however high you want to.
Perfect. As they get bigger, we'll just pull it up higher and higher. That's hot. You played in the water. It's like 80 degrees, but up here it feels like 110 on top of this hill.
When this is more appropriate, this is how you'll do this, okay?
What he means by that is we need a new nozzle on the end of the hose because me and Raylan cannot work it. We are not strong enough.
And then you're just gonna pour it into the top of it.
All right, we got the first batch. These are the crazy ones.
Yeah,
Oof.
that's how we got them first.
We're just gonna let them jump out as they want to.
All right, we backed up. We're gonna give them some space. They sure tried to jump out in our living room, but they're acting skittish out here. Oh, they're starting to look around, thinking about it. Go on, ladies. All right, we got one little curious lady. Now we got 2. 3.
Come here.
All right, we've got the other batch up here now. Still nobody has all the way ventured out, but they're still thinking about it. Okay, one of the little girls found the roost. Good for her. I'm sure her friends will follow now. She went up on the high roost. She's so cute.
Y'all wanna try to do?
So some of the guys are starting to figure it out. We'll get them out eventually. We're just trying to make it as easy as possible. I did add another layer of hardware cloth where their roosts are. That way nothing can reach in and they can't reach out. That's also something I wanted to mention though, because I kind of started this video talking about making a coop for your chickens. Now, ours is a little different. Chicken coops right here. Livestock guardian dog lives right there. So we don't have a huge issue when it comes to predators. I would not say that this is a predator-proof coop, right? So you need to make sure that you're paying attention to that. If I was trying to predator-proof this thing, I would basically put hardware cloth all over it. The whole thing would be covered in hardware cloth, keeping them in, keeping things out. Other things we also still will have to do is we'll have to put in some nesting boxes. They're still way too young. I got 6 months for that. And then we'll be rolling into winter. So we'll definitely get some nesting boxes in there. And then other than that, it's really just checking on them a lot, making sure they're okay, making sure they're not finding any cracks that we miss, because that's the thing. When you put an animal in any pen or anything that you have for the first time, You want to keep checking on them often because they're going to find the stuff that you missed. But other than that, that's a wrap on this bad boy. So I'm pretty excited about how it turned out. Raylan's excited. Tomorrow's chores are already going to be different. This is all her. She's going to be watering them, feeding them, cleaning the coop out, doing all that good stuff. This is now her animals. So let me know down in the comments what you think. Tell me what I did wrong, because we all like to do that. And tell me if you got any ideas from this project. Y'all, we love you, and until the next one, bye.